All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Batman Radio. You're tuned in with your host, the one and only Tyree Sneed, the one and only Batman. All right, so like the title says, this is reality. Every time that I speak, I want the truth to come out, and that's what always comes out. So, what you have to understand, man, is we all talk about reality. What we all exist in reality. We all occupy reality. We all understand reality. All that other stuff is for the birds. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time to say delusion. It's a waste of time to speak delusion. It's a waste of your time to talk it, type it, any of that, because the world disagrees. The world has already said who it backs, which is Batman. The world has already taken my side. The world has already acknowledged reality. So there's nothing you can do about it. That's why I don't understand people. And that's why I use certain individuals on here as examples, like TJ, because, like I said, that's just a dude who's in denial of reality. Like, it was never an argument, it was never a discrepancy. Nothing happened. It's just literally you're trying to say something and you're texting on a phone and you were talking and saying that you were trying to make statements that are delusion and say that reality wasn't reality. So I just didn't only disagree, but proved you wrong. That's all. Brother, you really got to understand something, bro. I'm not stuck working 9 to 5s and working in bars. I'm not homeless. I don't have your problems. The reason why you have those problems and why you're stuck constantly having to be on a fake grind because none of you know how to grind or hustle is because, well, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you gotta understand, bro. I've made and spent a lot of money more than anybody ever, more than the entire government combined. So you can't talk to me about money or success. So right there, when you come out the gate and see, I just see tactics and behavior and I analyze it and I observe it. Okay. And people like that, like him, they start talking above their means and saying things that don't exist and saying, oh, they're going to help you and they're going to create this and pull these strings over here and they're going to make this business and give you an opportunity. How would you give me an opportunity if I never asked? And you need to give yourself an opportunity. You're struggling. Y'all have always been struggling. Every single person on YouTube has been struggling since the beginning of time. What world are we in? What are you talking about? Tyree Sneed is the one who had all the money on here. That's why all y'all jealous of me. It wasn't just about money though. It was about who I am and my gifts. But I was the one with the bank accounts over 300,000. I was the one who always had the different estates, different real estate, did independent real estate. I was the one with selling 50-acre properties for $100,000. I was the one in Vegas with over 60 grand. I was the one in Vegas again with what was it, around like 30, almost 40K. That was another time. So what are you talking about? What? Like I said, people are funny, man. People want to have amnesia, and like I said, that's the only game I don't play. No adult would. I'm a grown man. When you talk to me, you don't have a choice but to acknowledge who I am. I don't care what strip I walk down. I don't care what street I walk down. You have no choice but to acknowledge that man right there is a lord, not a serf. That man right there is an actual boss. That man right there, his descendants and ancestors owned everything. Okay. And I didn't get anything from them. I went and built all my own stuff, and everything I have, I paid for cash because I went out of my way to prove that point because I really wasn't going to put up with people trying to tell me that I didn't work hard always. I've been on my own since 16. So people can't tell your story for you. People can't disagree with reality. People can't just say things that aren't there and no, that doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't bother me, nor that should that be your goal. It's an absolute necessity to talk in reality with anybody. You understand? That stuff has no effect. You're just not making sense. And the thing is that a lot of you want to lean on delusion. You want to lean on telling yourself realities that don't exist, that aren't there, like the Jimmy dude says, machinations, right? Made up fantasy fairy tales, right? So all it is I exist in a society. I'm on this planet. I mean, I don't care how you feel about me existing in reality and acknowledging it and facing it and you not having the heart to. I mean, we all have to deal with reality. So, like I said, those people have to deal with the reality that they have to constantly be on the fake grind. Like I said, have no hustle, will never own any real estate, never own anything, never own any equity, don't have any real jewelry. Like I have over $2,000 of jewelry, don't have anything. So, what do you mean? You have to deal with that reality every day. Every day, you'll come online and put your fingers on the keyboard You know in your heart that that's cowardly. You know in your heart that you're betraying yourself. You know in your heart that you're not being true to yourself. You're not being loyal to yourself, and you for sure are against God, because if you with God, you never gonna have any cowardice, because any fear you have, you're gonna give it to God. That's the truth. People are wondering my formula. People are wondering how I did this. People are wondering how I'm doing what I'm doing. So I proved, number one, it's not about money, because I ain't getting much money doing this. It's about concepts, about messages, right? And it's really about what Tupac said too. You feel me? Mhm. He said the game is about riders and what? Cowards. That's what the game about. Real power, I mean, money comes and goes. Real power stays. It's not money, power, respect in a certain order. I mean, money is extra stuff. The power and the respect has to come from the streets. Power and respect has to come from having a solidified name. You get power and respect from standing up to people. You get power and respect for letting people know, and getting everybody to understand reality. You get power and respect by standing on business, which is what I do. Remember, I'm an actual gangster. I'm the original gangster. There was none before me, none after me, other than my family, my DNA, who again is the only mob that's ever existed. And the Italians tried to emulate us. So we wear the fedoras. They tried to act like that was a joke and act like they were making fun of something. When I came on here, I had over a quarter million in the bank and was wearing a fedora. I'm a gangster. It makes sense that I would wear what I come from and what I am. I would wear fedoras. What are you saying? Fedoras and then the other little brim hats. I come from that. That's who exactly who I am. None of you, no one else in this world, there's nobody in anywhere on any continent who can say that they come from the original mob outside of me. I was born into it. That's what my family has been since day one. Whether you want to tell yourself that or explain or understand, I could care less. Bro, the other aunt, right, who's a part of this too, right, as far as I'm concerned, wrote a book trying to make money and make a career and build everything off of what the men did in my family, because my the men in my family, they literally created and did all the hard work, which was called frontier justice, meaning all the gangsta stuff the men of my family did. Any of the so-called women, they just had their hands out and they was just trying to capitalize off what the men before them did. The men created all this. All the money you see before you, everything that's purchased cash, came from the men in my family like me. If it wasn't for the men, there wouldn't be no money, because the men had to be the gangsters. The men didn't do this just for, I mean, I'm sure they did and want everybody to be good, right? But they didn't do it just for so-called women to sit there and capitalize off of what they did. They did it so that it could go down in history. They did it because this is how we're built. We're walking, living legends. You understand? I'm at a level nobody else can reach because I submitted to God. That's all. There's no secret formula, no secret recipe. I'm at the level that nobody can reach because I gave it all to God and I do God's will. I want everyone to come to God, but just understand God chose me and only me. I don't understand why they say chosen ones. Who? Who's the chosen one? I ain't seen any really. And if there are some, that's fine. I have no issue with that. Like I don't feel any type of way. I'm not jealous. I'll clarify every statement I make. Like if there's other chosen ones, cool, but I ain't never seen one, at least not at this level. You feel what I'm saying? So like the other chosen ones, cool. Then I'm glad they chosen. Like big ups to them. Real talk. I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I ain't seen nobody that was chosen the way I've been. I've never seen someone with the gifts that I have. I've never seen someone accomplish what I've accomplished. You had people trying to go behind my back, like the ping one, talking to random people who have the channel and they know who I am because I've been doing this for years, and they've been trying to make a YouTube career for years and failed and can't. So you know who I am. So how would that make sense to be filming videos acting like you're saying slanderous stuff? I mean, that's just silly. You're just, like I said, all they do is incriminate themselves. There's so many people incriminating themselves over me. My energy is clearly powerful if it affects everything for everyone, right? But he tried to say that I was cocky or something. No, I'm not arrogant. I'm not haughty. I'm not cocky at all. I'm extremely humble. I am confident because I know what I can do, because I've done it a million times. See, there's a big difference between arrogance, cockiness, and self confidence and knowing. Not even just confidence or being confident, but knowing. That's why, people tell me all the time, they're like, your confidence is like unmatched. Like, your confidence is incredible. Well, my confidence comes from my life experience. Confidence is just knowing what you can do because nine times out of 10, you've already done it. You've been put to the test, so you know that you're going to excel in every test. That's what people don't get with me. Like, I'm a walking nightmare, bro. You don't seem to get the point. I don't run around trying to have an answer for everything. I am the answer for everything. I didn't have to try to become the darkness. I became the darkness because the darkness enveloped me, and literally you were all surprised because you thought putting me through all this darkness and through all these tests and trials and tribulations, you thought that it would break me. That's what you thought. But instead, I became the darkness and the darkness crowned me. That's reality. That's why I'm Batman. That's why it's all 100% real. Like I said, we don't have records or knowing of any other Batman in history. I'm the only one. I'm not posing. I'm not faking. I'm not flogging. I'm the real thing. So when people want to run their mouth, I mean, that's all cute, but nobody runs their mouth to Batman because that would be silly of you, right? What? We don't got to talk. We don't got to explain things. People know what it is. They ain't that slow. Right? So, like I said, I mean, it doesn't matter who you run and tell, who you run and get. It doesn't matter how many people you recruit. Nobody has an answer for Batman. Batman runs these streets everywhere. I run every city and state in this nation. This is not fake. What? Yeah, I get busy and I put real work in. The whole time that people talk, I put real work in, whether it be in the street, whether it be in building. Everything we do is building. Nothing I do is negative. Everything is about bringing people up and helping people. But all the aggressive gangster stuff, oh, we've been done that, been there, done that. That's how I built all this off being a gangster. That's what people don't want to talk about. You all will never reach my level because you're not me. You understand? Like I said, these people didn't understand. When I spent all them nights walking around different cities, I was scaling. I was looking around, kind of like the military does, like recon missions. I was looking around, looking at everything, analyzing everything. Because I knew there was a purpose for it in my future. I'm gonna be in all those different cities as Batman rolling around on a bat pod, bro. Like Kansas City, I walked around all night, okay, exploring it. And it was, interesting. I mean, of course, it's kind of creepy, but not really to me because I'm used to it. I'm used to being in the street, bro. I was right there in Kansas City, in Missouri. What are y'all talking about? Right downtown, all night walking around, cold as hell, freezing temperatures, stuck out there all night, bro, going back and forth to the Greyhound station, just walking like all night long, already exhausted, walking because I got to wait till morning to try to get out and get where I'm going. I've been there, done that, bro. And like I said, in Austin, I've spent so many nights just walking the streets, literally. Like, I'm sure they know me a little bit of who I am out there because I've had too much happen and I've been around too much. Like, of the whole, all my actions were never wrong. My actions were to get away from like half of these like homeless dudes that you have to sit there and deal with. Nobody wants to deal with that. You understand? It's just being smart. Like, I want to have time to myself and I want to have peace and quiet. I'm not always trying to be like, nobody scares me, but I ain't trying to be around some people. See, I'm not here to justify my actions to cowards. I don't care what you have to say. Keep it to yourself. You don't dictate anything for me. I'm a grown man. You done been learned this, so why are you on here fronting? Don't talk to me if I ain't trying to talk to you, period. You understand? And every time that you try to use electronic means to do that, it's just another felony. And it's being turned into a lawyer. Christina told me I think we have a lawyer for like 33 and a third of a year, 33 years or something and a third of a year already. The minute we get married. Okay? Which we're going to. So, I mean, people are just silly, bro. You know what I mean? To be trying to use these little recruits, I'm like a shark. I just smell fear. That's all. That whole stuff with TJ, I just smell fear. Like, you're just feeding the shark. You're feeding me. That's what you don't understand. And like, I'm so smart, I outsmarted you, and now I know that he's gonna run and promote my channel without me trying, to all these people who've been jealous and envious since day one of my gifts alone. They didn't know and realize, oh, this dude is the only self-made trillionaire who ever existed. This dude's seen more money than anyone. I used to roll down 6th Street in my drop top Porsche that I still own in my own car lot. I pay over $100 for it every month. I paid $25,000 cash for that car. Put the cash on the dealership, like on the table. Cash. Give me the Porsche. You feel me? So when y'all be running your mouth, that's all cute, but y'all don't know how to handle business. Y'all ain't grown. Y'all are grown adults that don't know how to adult. Like I said, you don't know how to move. You don't realize there's rules. You could never walk in my shoes because you don't know how to be safe. You don't know how to be cautious. You don't know how to watch what you're saying. You don't know how to make the right moves. You don't know what it's like to have monitoring spirits and everyone against you. You don't know what it's like to have evil forces plotting on you, and they can't do nothing because they frightened and scared and terrified. You don't know what that's like. None of you on here know what it's like to put fear. Okay. I mean, to literally put fear in anyone. Okay. You don't know what that's like. Real talk. You know what I mean? That's been an everyday thing for me for decades, for my entire life. You understand? Like real talk, bro. I see fear in dudes' eyes when I'm just talking to them. We're not the same. So number one, like I said, Batman is an actual thug, just like they call him in the movies. He's a thug. Don't get it twisted, cuzzy. Like I said, my name ain't meant for your mouth, cuzzy. That's it. I say it one time. You all have to follow that. I've done way too much for anyone to get online and pretend. There's no pretending. You understand? We don't play those games. We don't entertain nonsense. We go one route, which is succeeding and forward. So all that fake stuff, that's for the birds. That's fake. I don't do fake. I do real. See what I'm saying? Trust me, man. Ain't nobody said nothing to me, but at all. Everybody's been extremely respectful, extremely catty, extremely nice. Like I said, people, no matter how they feel about me or what their agenda is, they got to give me cash, donate, put cash in my pocket, and pay for my meals. You feel me? I run the streets, bro. All those people who talk online and commit, crimes online electronically, they're just gonna go to prison. And in person, when they see me, they would try to be fake and catty. We ain't got nothing to talk about though. Like that's all good, but see, I can't deal with you at all or have any affiliation because I'm trying to promote unity. You see, these are people who, like Pac said, he said, they said they're like Judas was to Jesus. They're just here to promote confusion, to cause confusion. That's exactly what all these dudes are. That's why I put them on front display for y'all in the front exhibit, front page news on this show, on this channel, because anyone who goes against me, I'm going to expose you publicly with at least your first name. I'm going to go public with it. I'm going to make I'm going to have a field day with you on here. Okay. So you all should heed that warning because, like I said, use TJ as an example. Like now, like people don't know who that is, but I know who that is. You feel what I'm saying? Him and I know what's going on. Like the song, the diss song, you and I know what's going on, right? So I could care less how people feel, man. I could care less how they feel. I could care less how they handle things. I could care less what they want to do. I could care less about any of it. You feel me? The only thing that I care about is reality. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I own billions in equity, a mansion in the state, over 2,000 in jewelry, my own car lot. I pay over $100 every month. I pay bills for years. I paid over 8,500 in land taxes. Okay. I got a TV I paid $4,000 for. I got a skateboard I paid over $300 for. I got 4 bikes in inventory that all cost about $200 to $300. I got a $1,300 bat cycle. I'm sorry, but what? Like I told you, paid over 8,500 in lands taxes, bills for years. I've literally ran estates for decades. I mean, I sold a 50-acre property for 100,000, which, like I said, if there was any foul play involved, that backfires on them, and then they'll have to give me the property, right? And they'll have to pay me money because that's punitive damages in court. So when y'all be typing that stuff, that's just silly. You just keep indicting yourself and incriminating yourself. That's just silly to do. See, you're trying to brag about being slow and getting the bad end of every deal while I do everything the right way and keep capitalizing and winning. These 2 years have been amazing. Like I said, I haven't struggled. I've learned. Struggle is when you give up. You don't struggle if you keep persevering. Like right now, we getting right down to the wire. Like financially right now, I don't have nothing. And guess what? I'm waiting for my check. But the check's coming 21st to the 26th, so it's about to come. It has to. Once that check gets in the bank, it's a whole new world. This is what we did all this work for. We're finally here. This was the actual time and moment that I've been trying to get here. That's why I'm so tired because, like I said, I just came out of you know what fair all out. I just defeated witches covens, male, female covens, male covens, female covens, bunch of fake witches. What else? Freemasons, and they really ain't fake. They witches. Like I defeated millions of witches. There's witches all over this country. They're practicing witchcraft all over this country. What kind of country do we live in where people can't raise their hand and say, I'm sick of people doing witchcraft and worshiping the devil in my country? We do not tolerate Satan in this country. Do you all understand that? You play your games at a distance because you know to keep it at a distance. That's reality. I run this country. I make the rules. I'm extremely aggressive. I walk down any block, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. I promise you. So at the end of the day, like I said, these people limit their own movements. They run their mouth, but then when I go to the places that all these type of people supposed to be at, them cowards is gone, going, they go somewhere else. That's why they do that, because they already scared in admitting defeat. Like I said, nah, bro, you don't seem to get it, man. Like I said, every agent was back down in G-check completely and ran out of neighborhoods, was ran off blocks. We run these streets. Do you understand me? We have so much power, right? That when I'm coming around and I'm rolling around, y'all want to claim that you're like mob oriented and you're gangs and gangsta and whatever. But when I come around, I can decide everything that goes on. Yeah. So all that fake talking, miss me with it, boss. Cause y'all just ain't it. Y'all ain't never been it. So, like I said, these people know without a shadow of a doubt who and what I am. They know it's real. They know I'm a real movement, the realest there's ever been. My movement been running the streets way before I ever put on the bat suit. That's what people don't get. They just didn't know who they was talking to. You talking to the actual gangster. Working with your little corny establishments, okay? It's much less like bars and nonsense like that. Number one, I just got a download from God telling me you don't do business with people in bars because obviously, if you're a God following person, an entrepreneur, you're not going to find the people you want to do business with in that environment. So that's a sign right there. And then the message said, get out, meaning get out of dealing with people like that, which I've already done. I did that a long time ago. I was just trying to be nice and offer people opportunities. Like I said, this is why I obviously can't help everybody. I mean, you can't win for winning. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm trying to do the right thing and help people. And this is why I'm saying I have to be real selective and listen to God about who I help, because not everybody deserves help. That's what I'm saying. I offered this dude a million times. I offered TJ a million times an opportunity that's amazing. And he would have been caked up. Christina would have paid him well to be an employee on our food truck that we're going to build. Just like I offered Steez a million times, I offered him $1,000 tangible money for a record deal. He ignored it out of his false pride, right? Which is a sin, and went against me and went against God. That's reality. At the end, he was taking money from the red triangles, right? Just recently, he was taking money from the red triangles and trying to make fun of me and say disparaging remarks, saying I make Batman look weak. Boy, you got to be kidding me. It's not me that has anything in my heart but love for everybody in unity. I've tried to be nothing but nice to him, to TJ, to everyone. And this is the thing you people don't understand. You're cultivating my reputation as we go. This is not fake. I'm not manipulative. I'm showing the world. I'm using you and putting you as the token example, the token example of what not to do. And the fact that I'm here to bring unity. I'm here to work with everyone. I'm here to create opportunity. This is all positive. If you can't be positive, that's cool, but get the hell away from me. I'm not going to put up with it for 5 seconds. I'm going to tell you to scram. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to build wherever I'm at. It's like when I go to Austin again. I'll go to Austin, I'll be right there, and everybody knows I run everything. People see me, they look at me like they've seen a ghost. That's what reality is. That's what's going to happen. And all of them go talk to each other. Oh, he's here now. Feel me? Then they start conspiring. How you going to conspire when y'all ain't about nothing? Ain't none of y'all about nothing, bro. So I don't even understand what that is. I mean, how you gonna conspire? Why are you so worried about one person? Austin's a big city, dog. You gonna do these country games in a big city? That's a big city, bro, to be having that weak, ignorant mentality, bro. That's like some country town type stuff. That's ridiculous, bro. It's inexcusable. Worried about one man, but all y'all live paycheck to paycheck and got rent to pay and don't even have nice places or nothing. Like you don't really own nothing. They got a bunch of bums out there trying to, oh, I got a motorcycle, so now I think I'm balling. While you work in a bar and take orders and you try to fit in and go along to get along, and then they hope that they basically, pick up a chick here and there. or can get a fake girlfriend. Like a girlfriend in Austin is a joke. That's a headache and a migraine. Tell me when I'm lying. They're all fake, especially on 6th Street. They're all fake, bro, and you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. Let's just get real. You're not. Just like always. Any chick from Austin is always fake. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. All of them, they're fake. You ain't gonna gain nothing from them. You're not gonna get nothing out of it. You know what I mean? You might go through something. Straight up. Like what? And I've been through it. Real talk. I told y'all. I told y'all about it several times actually. Real talk. So if I've been through hell, why would you not listen? You understand? I'm just telling you the truth, bro. A lot of people, what I've realized, are a waste of time, and not only a waste of time, but a gateway and a portal to a bunch of problems and fake drama that you don't need. That's what people don't get is it's like playing, those games online. You have to be careful which little cube you click. Like in the games, meaning you got to be careful which person you talk to and deal with. That's why me, I'm very private. When I'm up there, I just do my thing. I'm the same gangster. People want to sit there and act like I'm something I'm not. Where did you get that from? Y'all don't even realize well how I roll. You don't understand. I always like I'm always living better than you, doing better than you, no matter what. You just don't understand my hustle. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to explain to people. They still don't understand the fact that you can't stop my movement and what I do, and it's set up perfectly for me, bro. I can go to Austin the minute I get my money right. If I can get my money right through this and what I'm doing, I could go to Austin, bro, and set up shop and get everything moving. And I could literally, if I wanted, I could be Batman like every night. There's nothing else to do. Real talk. I'm telling you straight up what it is. Like what? Yeah, if I'm in Austin, I'm usually out at nights unless I pay for a hotel. And paying for the hotel is kind of pointless and silly because you still around all the same riffraff. Like Austin is a joke. It's not a nice place. That's why when somebody talks who ain't even from there, that's my city. I'm a unicorn. I was born there, grew up there. Like what? Like, dude, no, it doesn't work that way. You don't talk about me ever. Real talk. Move to another city, bro. Come on, bro. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. We don't have to explain it, bro. You feel me? No, we don't tolerate nothing, bro. You feel me? Like I said, everybody's been nothing but respectful in front of me. That's how it'll always be. I'm not an octopus, homie. I don't got 8 arms. I'm not Doc Ock from Spider-Man. You feel me? Like I said, that's what they do. They try to get different people and then make it like, oh, there's so many of you. There's not so many. It's just a couple of people who want to act like they can go against reality. Where's it at? It ain't real. That's some internet stuff, doggy, because reality is established out here, cuzzy. Trust me. Trust me, bro. Like I said, that's why these people continue to get theirs and go through their karma. That's why that other fool, like I said, when y'all were calling these places and paying people off illegally, giving them bribes, right, to do all these fake antics, like I said, lost 2 jobs, got ran out the neighborhood. How can you lose any more, bro? Like, honestly. So that's what I'm saying. If all that has taken place, right, and then they still try to be cowards about it, and then that didn't work either because I outsmarted you because I'm way ahead of you, right? Yeah. So if all that, why would you then keep trying to do the same thing and keep getting a new person to try to say something online that's not respectful? Right. That's not in front of me though. You understand? No, you're not listening. It's not a game we play. People do not and cannot say anything to me that's not respectful. And that's a proven fact to date. So what are you talking about? Just like a million years ago, remember when I was online and I was like in Austin and I said, ain't nobody ever going to pull up on me and say or do nothing. Still factually proven. What you do is your own business. What you want to play games with, that's extra stuff. We're not worried about that. See, you can have that. You want to do something of your own accord and dance and run circles around, so like dance around someone that you're terrified of, that's perfectly fine. You can have that because there's rules in this society and I'm going to follow them because I have a bright future and I'm a grown man and I love my freedom. I don't play games like that that would compromise me. See, you can't outsmart me. I'm a genius. So what are you talking about? What? These people are hilarious, bro. Got nothing for someone and they can't just let it go and just accept the same statement that was said and proven, what, almost 20 years ago? Bro, ain't nobody could ever fade me, bro. I'm unfadable, man. What? Like, bro, no, don't do that. Don't get online and say things that you don't mean. Don't get online and act tough when you're not tough. Do not do that. Feel me? And that's it. You understand? No, I'm gonna keep telling you what to do, and you're all gonna have to do it because I'm in charge and I'm in power. This is not some game. No. What I come from was never a game. Me, I'm not a game. Like nothing is a game concerning me. Like I said, I'm the type, I'm like Vinny Paz said when he said, like, I think you should move a little more farther from me. That's the type of person I am. Nobody comes in my vicinity playing games and playing around. Nobody. I'm not that type of dude. You feel me? So, like I said, the whole problem is what it is people are accepting their defeat. It's a compliment. I'm not mad. That stuff makes me happy. Don't get mad, get glad, get even, like I do. See what I'm saying? See, I'm way past getting even, aren't I? Because again, I changed the whole game and flipped it on its axis like I predicted and told you. Like I said, musically, I could put every major record label out of business in my sleep, and I made that prediction. Every prediction I've ever made comes true, and a lot of them are already going out of business. Maybe it's not going to happen the way you think. Did you ever think of that? Bro, all they got to do is give me a record deal. They give me a record deal. Musically, I will literally take on the entire Illuminati and every major, fake major record label because we're more major because we made more capital. I've seen more money than anyone with the whole companies of Cash Money Records, Shady Records, G Unit Records, all that. I've made and seen more money. My record label is an idea. I'm the CEO, Cashless Bang. Cashless Bang has made way more profit than all those major record labels. You could put all they profit together, they don't come close to us. That includes Jay-Z's record label and Tidal and all those companies, all that. We've outdone all of them, hands down. So again, no, I'm not struggling. I'm just taking a break. Y'all ain't never heard of that? Taking a break? People don't do that? Well, of course not, because they never had any real money to say, hey, I want to get away from the money for a minute. I already got everything. I want to chill. Money doesn't bring good things all the time. But you wouldn't know about that. Neither would Jay-Z because he's been broke forever. Never had a dime because he's a Mason who sold his soul. See, there's no qualm, no question, no argument. Nobody's ever debated. Nobody's ever argued with me. There's a live link you can click right now in your description box. I've been doing radio for 15 plus years and haven't had one person defeat me in a debate yet. You all just ask questions like you're slow, like you can't process thought, and then act like that's a response. Or you want to ask me questions or say something that acts like you're saying something to me, but none of it exists. I'm not here for that. Do you have a real premise, position, anyone in the world, and do you have anything that you can tell me? Because I get on here and I get paid to do what I do. You see, I use you all to capitalize off of and make me more money. Mm-hmm. No, I literally, y'all are like my toy soldiers. I wind you up and I send you out on dummy missions. I'm the puppet master, buddy. Just like I told you, what, over 15 years ago? Come on, bro. I'm pulling all y'all strings. I'm controlling you. Let's get real. I manipulate all y'all, bro. Do you do what I tell you to do? All y'all. TJ didn't do nothing except basically what I wanted him to do. That's called basically what he did is like a conniption fit and like spontaneous, you know what? That's all that is self-destructive behavior. That's self-destruction. That's somebody doing it to themselves. Right, because that's what these narcs do. You want to call them what NPCs, right? Which is I think like normal playing character or whatever, like the irrelevant characters. Yeah, that's people like him. All y'all. And that's what they do. They shut down and they decommission because they're defective when a real empath takes them on head on and proves them wrong. So that's why when they try to start kicking that delusion, the reason why he was so mad behind the phone and so pressed and triggered is because I'm not letting him and I know what I'm doing and it's hilarious to me because I'm just telling you reality. No, I'm not doing it in any vindictive or mean way. You're the one who's on what you want. I'm just telling you reality. You ain't going to talk to me and tell me anything that doesn't exist in this realm of reality. I am extremely successful. You are a peasant. That is reality. It will never change. I have all documented receipts to prove it, sir. So if I am a grown adult and that means I have to worry about finances and handle financial things, and I've been doing that for what, I'm 35 now? I've been doing this for a long time, bro. So you got to give me respect. You don't have a choice. You can't find an angle around it because you're an adult that still, like I said, has to scrounge for any money you can get, is homeless, has to be a charity case and beg hotels to let you stay there for free, basically, right? Everything you doing is illegal in the first place. I don't have to do any of that, nor would I ever. You see, because I got my act together and I'm 35. When you're 35, you're supposed to own a lot of stuff like me. Oh, wait, I'm not finished. I have mineral rights, oil royalties, a website worth almost 2 grand. What? Like I told you, my own car lot, I pay over $100 every month. Everything I just named. What are you talking about, Dougie? A website worth almost 2 grand, bro. What? How funny as hell. I have a huge online presence that I can recreate at any time. I have a monetized platform and a business here that nobody can stop and nobody can do anything about, right? No, I'm very wary and I pay attention to what's going on around me. I'm always observant. I understand when I am the blessing and I'm holy. The devil has been so adamant because I have something holy inside of me because I am holy. Guess what? God works through me and lives in me. But check this out. Did y'all see that video of the TikToker they said? Because I've been saying I'm who called it out, and I said TikTok is a demonic evil platform. Yeah, and what was he doing? He was completely possessed by a demon, and he said several times, okay, while he was running, and of course they caught him and arrested him. He literally live streamed the whole thing, and he keeps referring to her and basically talking about and referring to Satan. And he tells them it's the app. That's what they all say. If you study and research this stuff like I do, all these crazy, horrible things that happen and occurrences, they all say the devil made them do it. Again, if you doubt that the devil is real, you don't seem how to process this reality. The greatest lie the devil ever told is that he doesn't exist. The devil is not a lie, the devil is a liar. He 100% exists, but so does God. You understand? I see it every day. I see all of you sell your soul. I see the demon in your eyes, just like with TJ when he admitted and said, they know I'm a demon. Okay, so they know that you're worth nothing and you have no soul. You sold your soul. Is that something to be proud of, sir? Are you proud that you're actually literally committing a crime on a phone as a coward that you are, meaning you're scared and in fear of Batman? And are you proud of that? Just asking you. Can you answer that question? If I go to 6th Street right now and I pull up and I interview you live on camera and call you out because you know that's the type of dude I am on camera, and I get right in front of you and say, let's interview you on camera. Are you proud of the fact that you just committed a crime? And I'm so much of a boss, I don't run to other people for my problems. What are you going to say? See, you can't lean on this, oh, it's cool to be jealous and envious stuff because the whole public and the whole world is watching. You just got exposed, son. See, you can't stand on a position because you don't have one. Again, I'm at a level nobody else can reach because, well, I gave it over to God. I have an anointing over my life. You understand? Don't ask me how I do it. Okay, just come to God. You understand? It's that simple. I mean, it's kind of common sense that all y'all sold your soul. I think most of you, I mean, I believe you can always come to God personally. And that's what I think I'm here to do is struggle and still try with these people. That's why I try. But some people you just can't help. If they're not going to help themselves, what else can I do? I've tried everything. Yeah, no, I'm trying to help y'all because this is all a conflict that happens over what your soul. Nah, I tried to help homeboy. That's out of love, man. You can't say that I got nothing but pure love for my people and everyone in my heart because I did the same thing for Steez. I did the same. This is a struggle for y'all's souls, and y'all just giving your souls up for 2 pennies, like I said, that your group and your people have done since the beginning of history. That's why you try to rewrite your history. You're in modern day slavery and you've been in the same predicament your entire existence. You can trace all eternity back. They've been holding each other back, and that's all they know how to do since the beginning of time. And not only themselves, but they'll try to hold others back as well. The 300-pound tuner asked the other day one time, see, I listen to everything and I gather pieces of everything and I put it all together because I'm a genius like a puzzle. If you listen, they say I talk real fast, but if you listen, I ain't got to have to slow down so you can catch up, right? So the 300-pound tuna was running his mouth, right? I'm trying to remember what he said. What was it? He made some weird snide remark. He's always talking and making absolutely no coherent sense. He just disagrees with anything that is reality. So that's the thing. You disagree with reality, but you just did an 8-month bid for saying things that you're not about and being a coward. And then your fake girlfriend immediately left you, and she's on this other dude's panel saying the truth about you, saying that you're a coward. I told you. All the truth comes out. You can only act and hide the truth for so long because a lot of these people, like I said, and that's their problem. They have to learn that the hard way because I could have been told either one of them that. I've been saying that. I've been saying all y'all are each other's karma. That's why they all like all these people were together like we're in a relationship. That was just to copy me because I actually like am in a relationship with Christina. Everybody wants to do things and gain things off YouTube because well, I'm the one who started that and created the hustle. It wasn't something I was trying to do. It's just how it worked out. Stop trying to copy me and emulate me and be you. You might get farther, you know? You might be able to succeed. You feel me? But like I said, at the end of the day, man, I don't remember what he was talking about specifically. I'm losing my train of thought because I'm tired. But I'm just saying they try to disagree with everything that's already established, right? Like I said, I mean, no, oh yeah, that's what he said. He said, have this group ever tried to stop my group from accomplishing or doing anything? Boy, are you serious? Are you serious right now? I went to Brunswick College in North Carolina and the coach was from your group and he had that chip on his shoulder, an issue, and I had a better tryout than everyone. I made a three-pointer right in front of the dude who's from your group, right in his face from almost half court. Okay, I made him look silly the entire tryout. And the coach, because he came from the same group, took him and let him be on the team and said, and didn't say nothing to me and didn't let me be on the team. I had dudes from your same group named Mook from New York that's told him to his face, said, bro, we would be winning every game if you would put Ty on the team. Why are you not letting Ty on the team? He's played every one of our players one-on-one on this team and defeated them. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? The fact is that your group ends up vouching for me because I'm that real. I'm not here to be nice to you. I'm here to be the real living legend that I am. I always outdid y'all. I'm not here to fit in. I'm not here to be, oh, that's what they want to do. They want to coddle you. And listen here, white boy, you need to act a certain way. Okay, don't do too much because that's how they've always been since I was a little kid, bro. Since I was yay high, I remember y'all some suckers, right? They sit there, oh come on, white boy, don't be yourself because we know you're stronger and more capable and faster and more competitive and better than all of us put together. So don't make us look bad. That's what they want. That's why they had one token on the team and all he would do is do three-pointers all day, and he was probably getting paid under the table, the coach from that family. That was the story up there. Straight up in that college. What are you talking about? I should have been playing college ball. I went to that college specifically to play college ball. What are you talking about? I've been through all sorts of heartache and heartbreaks and woes and atrocities, bro. I broke down crying in front of the main principal because of that, because I drove all the way there for like 2, 3 days, slept, took little naps in my car. I think I made it there in a day and a half, like 2 days, I think. I was running on fumes, bro, when I got there. I got some sleep. Immediately, I think, went over to the college. I was so excited. You know what I mean? And I trained for like weeks. Okay, maybe even longer than that. Trained. I was in great shape. I was on creatine. I was working out. I was strong, big, and I was making all my threes. Like I was ready to go, bro. I told you I defeated every single player on that team one on one. Everybody knew no one could come close to my talent. So how do you justify that? Why would I not break down crying? That's not weak. That's strong. I'm going to break down crying because, bro, I just put every fiber of my being into doing this. And you just took all my hard work and wasted it. And you know what? The truth is, he didn't. And when all stuff like that happens, when I get an unfair hand every single time, he built me into what I am now. That's what people don't get. All these things that y'all people think are not good or something ain't working out for you or a door is closed and there's no real reasoning for it. It's just straight discrimination or whatever. Like that's a blessing in disguise. That's what people don't get. That stuff made me stronger. I didn't really want to play college ball. I'm not going to get anywhere like that. That's what they do in North Carolina. I can tell you right now, I used to go out to the bars and everything, like I told you, like, bro, in North Carolina, the only thing there is to do in North Carolina, right? Especially if you like, my whole point is the only thing there was to do at that time when I went to college was like play ball and then, probably like a girl's going to notice you and you're going to get a girlfriend like anywhere in a college and that's it. There's more to life than that to me. That's why I never really wanted that because I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but there's more to everything. They're so boring. Like the people I met when I went to college, it really wasn't fun. Like it was boring. Like I hated being around them. I hated the whole environment. I just didn't like it. Like, and they were like okay people, but they were kind of fake, and it was like I just don't have time for you. They all thought I was crazy because I just have the attitude I have. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if people were afraid of me in North Carolina, afraid of me in New York, they were terrified of New York of me. Okay. I was running dudes off corners. Okay. I mean, I'm really, really a goon. So, I mean, I'm the same thing in Florida, same thing anywhere I've been in Georgia. So you can't tell me that you're going to put me somewhere and it's all of a sudden going to be different. That's what people don't understand about me, bro. You could put me out there with them Grape Street gangsters, and at some point, it doesn't matter what happens primarily, but at some point, I'm going to rise through everything, through whatever adversity I go through. Right? It's either one or the other. Either I'm not going to make it, or I'm going to rise because I don't know anything else to do. That's what I know how to do. I know how to take systems that are completely unfair and I don't have a chance of even surviving and win and take it over. That's what people don't get. No, y'all don't seem to understand, bro. I came out of pure darkness, and y'all just never seen somebody own the darkness and then bring the darkness back to you, holding it. You understand? Like, this is your darkness. Seriously, I've been through hell. I've walked and climbed straight through hell and literally came back and handed hell to y'all. Like, here you go. That ain't nothing. Anything else? Any more tricks? Real talk. That's who I am. These people don't seem to get it, bro. Like I said, you talking to an immortal bat. What? Yeah, no. Don't run your mouth. Get real with yourself. Like I said, running your mouth isn't going to get you that new job that you need. Get running your mouth isn't going to get you the equity that I have and will always have and have attained because I worked hard my entire life. Running your mouth won't get you this monetized platform I have. Running your mouth won't get you the skill level I have, the strength I have, the endurance, the resilience, the ambition. I'm the only self-made trillionaire who ever existed. I got set up and targeted for making too much money, and I literally am such a genius. I made it all like a puzzle, and I told you all everything will come together and it'll connect the dots. Everything will come together, and I will still have everything I need and all the equity, and then I'll just rebuild the cash. And in an impossible situation, I not only made it out of it, but exactly what I said happened. I capitalized off of complete hell for being targeted because I did well. See, my reward was never being rewarded for being successful. I was punished. I took that punishment and turned it and alchemized it into a blessing. Don't think for one second that any of you regular little human beings could walk in my shoes. Don't even kid yourself. Okay? You don't have a clue what I've been through. You couldn't fathom what I've been through. Seriously. Okay? You couldn't fathom what I go through on a day-to-day basis. You couldn't handle half the challenges I go through on a daily basis. Straight up. What? Bro, I make it look easy. It ain't easy. So like I said, at the end of the day, what are they on? If you ain't trying to be successful, I'm not talking to you. And you for sure not going to run your mouth at me. If you're trying to be successful, then I'm willing to have a conversation. You better make sure that conversation is positive. You better make sure it makes sense. Like I said, that link is right there. Again, this is a bad look for the people that say that they want to talk, have a conversation, say they want to train, say they want to do these things, but then where are they? You know, they're nowhere to be found on here. We can't have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Well, maybe they're busy training. I don't know. But my whole thing is, I like to get finite terms on what I'm doing. I want to know what's going on. And I also need to see video footage of who the opponent is, please, because I need to size them up, digitally and see who are they, what do they have going on. I need to see if this is a winning thing or not. You feel me? I mean, I'll do it regardless. I wouldn't care. I'll train anybody, but I want to know: can you win this? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, it's not some kind of real complicated, super complicated formula. No, it's just I understand secrets. I know all the things these other people don't know. I don't know why these people even talk, but I mean, people have to talk, so let them talk. They talking about Mike Tyson. They talking about this and that. Mike Tyson is nowhere close to me. I'm telling you right now. In his prime, Tyson is still nowhere close to me. Seriously. If you think Tyson is close to me, then you're silly, bro. You're delusional. What? You think Tyson could do what I do? You're funny as hell, bro. I'm 6'2", bro. I've always been 165 pounds Tupac weight. Do you think that Tyson could do the amount of pull-ups that I do? Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. And Tyson is too heavy. Like, yeah, he has power, whatever. Trust me, I have power, maybe more. Okay, you don't seem to get it. Speed and quickness is all that matters. When you train quick muscle fibers, which is what the other dude brought up. So clearly, he has somewhat of a mind to understand this a little bit. That's why I give him credit. That's why I'm like, nah, this dude's a little different. Like, I'll give him a chance. Like, if he wants to do it, let's train. Because I hear and see things, I can see gifts that people have in things and people. And if I see something in you, I'm going to want you to win. I want him to win. I would be more than happy to train him. It would be an honor. And like I said, it just helps promote me, and then people can come more to fruition and figure out who I am a little bit more and know of me. And any kind of, extra attention or marketing helps right now because all these people already know the truth of who I am. They know I pretty much can't lose. They know I'm the real thing. Y'all don't get it, bro. I'm someone who I've been pushed to my limits so much. Like right now, I'm exhausted. I ain't really slept much. You could probably take me right now and put me in a ring with anyone you can think of, your greatest champ, put him forward, and he'd probably still lose because I'm used to having to run like this. I'm used to still running when I can't even think. Okay. And then having to stay up for a whole nother day. Do you not get it? What God created? God created Batman, and God told me himself, he said, you're immortal. Okay. Meaning I'm supposed to be able to handle anything. And I'm walking proof of that because, like I said, when y'all made your phone calls to Seton Hospital, I explained on here millions of times. It's all on record publicly. You can't get around it. You can't ignore it. All you delusional ones, right? And I survived it and alchemized that as well. And I mean, that's a part of half of what my strength comes from. Apparently, they said I turned pain into power. This was a whole walk. God said that he let my enemies do that to me. Not for any bad purpose, for a positive purpose, to mold me and make me. What either it either breaks you or makes you. And I think he knew it was going to make me because I don't give up. The ancestors and God have told me directly, bro, straight up. They've told me the ancestors first of all asked like, why does he have to go through that? And my ancestors don't like seeing me in pain, suffering all the time. They didn't want to see me go through this. I know that for a fact because they said it. Okay. Then on top of that, like they asked that, why does he have to go through all this, right? And what was the other thing that God said that he told me? I'm forgetting. See, I'm getting tired. I don't know, just basically that like I was the chosen one. You know what I mean? That like I was immortal. Okay, like every step I take is like holy. That what I'm doing, like I'm gonna win. That I was supposed to take pain and you know turn it into power, and that's what I did. It's what made me. Like I said, God said He let my enemies do this to me behind my back to make me, not to break me, to make me. Oh, that's what they said. The ancestor said, "You were chosen. God picked you because you're the only one who will keep going." That's what these people don't understand. In order to become Batman, you have to go through a transformation. I'm not televising this like, oh, it's cute. I really didn't televise my transformation. That's why all y'all looking at me now and you're like, how did he get to this point? That whole time that you were talking about saying you wanted me to not be eating and all that nonsense, that was the transition. You need to go back and watch it. It all happened right in front of your eyes. It just you weren't paying attention to catch it. See, while you're running your mouth, I'm always working hard, putting work in, and it got me somewhere. So now in this more finished product, I'm always, growing and evolving and I'm still ascending. But you never stop ascending, but I've ascended. I've reached ascension. Like I'm this polished finished product that's going to continue to evolve nonstop. And you don't know how to evolve at all. So they just all have to watch me. I can understand why they mad. I respect your hate. I respect your anger. I respect your frustration. I'm not mad at people like TJ. You give me a badge of honor. You are the badge of honor. All y'all are my badges of honor. I wear them like if I could get like actual badges with your name on it, I would wear it because you're a stripe on my belt. That's all any of you are. You acknowledge what he did is when he did that move, he acknowledged number one, that he's out of his mind, number two, that he's delusional, number three, that he's obsessed. And this is someone I knew in reality that had no connection to the internet. That's why I was like, I thought that was just an internet thing. Now we know it's not. Now we know that my presence and me just speaking, it triggers every insecurity they have, every memory they have of being inferior, probably all their childhood trauma. See, these people can't handle me like the Penguin. I remember that one of the first times I dealt with the Penguin online, since hadn't seen him in years. He was super scared and phased when I was just like kind of raising my voice and opening my mouth because he could hear the power. See, these people, it's not that they don't like me, they don't like themselves. And by the end of this, they're going to really hate themselves. That's what God told me because I'm everything they'll never be. I'm everything they want to be. I'm what anybody's hero would be that they want to be, but they can't be it. It's not a formula if I can teach it to you. I went through an actual transformation in front of the whole world. I'm still going through it. Like the dude did in Spider-Man with the spider. I went right through it in front of y'all, bro. I kept telling y'all on camera. I'm telling y'all all the time on camera. Remember, I kept saying, and I still go through it. Don't get it twisted. But I told y'all on camera. I said, bro, like every day I can't even breathe. I'm not getting any air. I said, I don't even know how I'm standing and how I'm walking. I'm just going strictly off faith. I have to put all my faith in God. I have to do it every day. I have to put my life is in God's hands. I explained what happened to me physically. It's not possible to survive. So how am I still walking and breathing and doing everything? And how am I doing more than all of you? What's your excuse? Y'all watched the transformation in front of your face. You saw me conquer that thing that starts with a D that all y'all are afraid of that comes after this. I conquered that. I looked it completely in its eyes and I defeated it. That's what you all don't get. Ain't nobody got nothing for me because there ain't nothing left you can do to me. I'm just here to haunt you, dude. You ain't figuring it out. Like Batman said, he said, look at me. I'm already, right? I'm just here to haunt the living. That's exactly what you're talking to, bro. You can tell yourself what you want. You can kid, you can joke around, you can try that fake stuff online, but you know what it is. All of you, don't pretend with me. You know what you're talking to. You know you're talking to a whole spirit, a whole ghost out here, right? With superhuman strength and powers that is walking spiritually like through another dimension. I step through your little matrix like it's nothing, like I'm walking on rose petals, homeboy. Like I'm walking through a field of sunflowers and daisies. I'm not no human being no more. I changed. I had to go through what do you call it? Through that and then what? A rebirth. The only way you can have the rebirth is if you go through the first process, which is the hard process and it sucks. It's also the easiest thing though, is what they say. I went through it already, bro. Yeah, you got a ghost talking to you, bro. A real one. Yeah. So all them cute games about oh this and that, bro. Hey, listen, bro. God told you what it is. I mean, I'm untouchable. God told y'all what it is. You can look but don't touch. I'm the chosen one, bro. I think it's really at that point. That's why if you notice in the movie when the Joker tried to like actually, the one of the Joker's minions tried to touch Batman's suit, what happened? That little thing went off, right? Right. I'm untouchable. I think that if one of these people who's evil even did actually like reach out and touch, kind of like with Jesus, I honestly think that like something horrible would just happen immediately to him. I think karma and God is that real. I really do. Like I think I'm to that degree and level with my journey with God. Real talk. God is all over me, man. Evil people can't touch me. They can't even come near my energy. That's why you see my aura in the videos and everything. My energy field, that's all real, bro. I was looking at that too the other day. I'm like, that's not fake, bro. That energy field is real. And that means that things will propel off of my energy field, meaning I'm protected. That's what that's about. Means I probably wouldn't even have to wear a bat suit. I know I'm divinely protected. I made it out of too many things. I've been in too many situations that's told me where serious stuff could have happened and it gets me out of it, where it protects me, whatever. Like we all go through things. That's why I just don't understand. What's this mechanism of you all trying to tell people that they're cowardly or they're this and that, and you're judging what they're going through, but y'all ain't never been through nothing. Boy, stop that. That doesn't make sense. I don't answer to the internet. I don't answer to fake little demons and cowards. I answer to God. I talk to God. Feel me? Like, just miss me with your opinion. I'm not asking. It's completely null and void to me. You're wasting your time. So, like I said, it's just funny because, when these people talk, they never say anything that exists. What? You always want to talk about something because you want to control and gear my content. You don't control my content. Trying desperately just proves that none of you control anybody's content and you don't make any money on here. So, what's the point of you being on this network? Just scram. That's what I'm saying. People waste so much time and energy for things that don't even pay them. Imagine if you put that much energy into filling out job applications, because that's what y'all need to do. Go to trade school, like you were saying. That's what you need to do. Because I clearly don't, because I made it on here. I did what you could never do and what you so jealous of. I have a full scale career. I do everything, and now I'm going to launch this training business. And like I said, I'll use that YouTuber just to start it off and get this business promoted and going. It'd be perfect, the perfect opportunity. I'm not backing out of that. I want to talk to him. I want to see if he's down to do it, because if he is, it's going to be a hell of an opportunity for me too, because it gives me a chance to showcase to the whole public what I can do. You feel me? Oh, I'm totally down for it. He's talked about sparring. I'm down, bro. Real talk, because that is going to give people more video footage of seeing me in action, so people can understand how real it is. So people can understand, like, yeah, that dude's the top dog. I'm the top dog, dude. I already mastered Mike Tyson's style. That's what y'all don't get. I mastered that in my sleep. I do Bruce Lee. But I don't mimic styles. I never copy. I take good things from it and I adjust it and I fine tune it to my own style. I hone my skill. I study everything, bro. I study Lemachenko with the lateral movement. I'm doing it right now while I'm talking to you. What are you talking about? My lateral movement is quick as hell. And not only that, but I'll be ducking and moving underneath. And the thing is, when I get into boxing, like if we did sparring, my whole methodology is Mike Tyson, but there's never been someone that uses a style similar to that, because it's not his style. It's a little different. I'm not doing what Cus de Amato was teaching. I'm doing my own formula, but it's still getting underneath, moving, right? So you're throwing one, right? And I'm doing it while I'm telling you. You're throwing one, and then you're coming underneath, coming around on the other side, right? And then you're able to move your head and bob, weave and bob, which is what they were teaching him, right? It's pretty similar, because that's what you figure out as you go, that it works. Because then you're going to be bobbing and weaving, and you're going to get angles. You're creating angles and windows of opportunity where you have straight opportunity, straight windows to do what you want to do with the opponent. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So if you saw me spar today, what you would see is me actually, instead of what I used to do, which was a lot of like more, because I have a long reach. So it was more like I could be at a distance and still do what I needed to do. Now it's going to be not only that for a while, but then I'll switch it up and start getting on the inside of the opponent. And me getting on the inside, if I get on that inside, which I'm going to, because I'm too quick and too strong, and y'all can't even, you couldn't stop me if you try, because I could literally just get you out the way. I could just move you out my way, because I have that kind of strength with my hand. So, like, I'm going to get positioning no matter what. And then once I get that position, now I'm on the inside of you, and your chin's up, or you're looking the other way and you're distracted, or I already got you up here. So now you coming down, and then I'm catching them with another one. See what I'm saying? Y'all don't get it, bro. Anybody who wants to spar me now, that's more than fine. Like I said, I'll take it easy on you, but I would have to, because I'm trained, bro, by myself. I train myself. I still, like, if I ever get into things in the street, I still have an excuse, because my hands are not registered. And I think they say that's fake. I don't believe that. Like, getting your hands registered, anyone can do. It doesn't mean that you're anything, or you're whatever. But the point is, if you have that, yeah, they can use that against you in a court. I don't have my hands registered, so if I get into anything in the street at any point, I still have the excuse of, I can say I don't know what I'm capable of, because I truly don't. So they can't hold that against me, which you actually want to work for you, just in case you have to defend yourself with something, because people get in arguments. See what I'm saying? See, life is about winning. That's what I realized. It's about winning the competition. The main first competition, what I've learned, and that's why I always talk about it, keep your freedom. No, no, no. You want to be tough, sign the waiver and be quiet. Have any of you done that? Hmm? Have any of you signed the waiver? All these cowards, people like TJ, running their mouth online, committing crimes. Have you signed the waiver? What's your excuse? Anyone can talk to me in person, say, I want the waiver. I want you to print it out, right? And I'll sign it, and I'm ready to go. Number one, when you approach me in person, you're going to have to talk to me respectfully. I promise you that. No matter who you are, ain't nobody going to disrespect me. We all know that. So you're going to have to come approach me and be a man. So cowards like that, they never will do that, because they scared. See what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to talk about boxing. That's what you typed, right? Okay, sign the waiver. But we all know that, like I said, they don't have the heart to even have a conversation face to face with me and approach me and talk to me and be a man and say, hey, I want to sign the waiver. If you sign the waiver, you're going to lose. That's number one. I don't care who you is. You could take Tyson. You could take anyone you want in this game. I don't care who they were, if they were in their prime, whatever. If you sign that waiver, you're going to lose. That should be common sense. So that's what these people don't get. No, dude, you're not understanding, bro. It doesn't matter what I do, how I train. That's like when those people over there, you see how they're like trying to shame him for eating fried chicken, bro. There ain't nothing wrong with no fried chicken, bro. Eat all the KFC you want. What? And he's telling them that, like, no, see, he's different. He don't be agreeing with their nonsense, with their lies. You can eat fried chicken. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's not gonna make your training go to waste. What are you talking about, bro? It's common sense, man. You know the food groups, bro. I don't need to explain it to you. You know that's game that's to be sold, not told. You should know how to take care of yourself, and they're copying that from me because I told them I work on what I'm eating and what I do, all that. I use different methods. I figured out the formula. Just because you train with me, I'm sorry, but I'm not giving you all the formula because this is what God taught me. I can teach you so much, I can take you so far, and then that's it. I'm not giving you the key secrets because I don't owe you that. You feel me? Unless God puts it on my heart and says, hey, give him the secrets because he needs to know. I don't tell y'all secrets no more because y'all be running and telling it. And everybody don't deserve knowledge that took tons of pain and suffering and decades. I've learned to keep my mouth closed now. I'm not telling y'all nothing no more. None of you. You don't deserve it. Nobody. These are when you go through actual pain and suffering to unlock secrets like ancient esoteric knowledge secrets like I have, to do what I do, why would I tell someone? Look at my videos, bro. I'm huge. When I want to get huge, I can get huge, bro. I gotta sleep for one. But like, even if I'm not sleeping well, I get huge. Like right now, I'm still pretty huge. Like, but it's not about being big. I got strength. But like, I fill out quick, bro. I know how to fill out immediately. I know how to do everything that y'all talk about. I know how to do that. All of it. I know how to get big immediately. I know how to get strong. I know unconventional, unorthodox methods and ways to do all these things that you're talking about. hmm And all natural. So I already have an edge over everyone in the world. Do you really think that these other people know how to do these things? I highly doubt it. And if they do, where did it come from? Masonry? Trying to copy and steal the knowledge. This knowledge wasn't your knowledge. You're all devil worshippers. You stole this knowledge from people who believed in God, obviously. If you have it, I don't even think you have it. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if people like Floyd Mayweather had that knowledge, he wouldn't have ran in that street when they sat there and whatever got at him. You know what I mean? Because I ain't running from nothing. Ain't no reason for me to run because I already got an edge over all of you. As long as I've gotten some sleep and I'm rested, like not right, like right now I'm exhausted, right? And even now I don't run from nobody. But my point is, as long as I've slept some, bro, what run? That's not even a concept, bro. No, we don't run from nothing. You understand? All that stuff Whack 100 kicks and talks about. Yeah, we got to get down. We get down. He ain't never gotten down. He lost to his security guard, to some dude's security. What are you talking about? I swear that was the bat. I just saw him. I think I've seen him several times while I'm talking. There's a bat, dog. I'm not joking. I think I just saw him. That ain't no bird. Birds don't glide like that. I don't think that's the bat. There's a bat, dog. Y'all think I'm playing. And it's crazy how the bat, it always keeps its distance from me. It doesn't bother me, but it just kind of shows itself to me like, here I am. Isn't that crazy? I think it's the only bat in the whole valley. Honestly, legit. Like it's weird, dude. I mean, I don't think that's no bird, bro. I really don't. But I mean, it's possible. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But like I said, man, I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of excited about it. I need him to talk to me. I can't really get excited until he talks to me and lets me know what's going on. But I'm telling you, bro. I mean, if you smart, you gonna come down here and train. I'm just being honest. If you don't do this training with me, you might have a hard time. You need to do this training, bro, because I'm just being honest, and this is saying this in a positive light. But someone like him, he needs to get in good shape before he does this. And I guess that's what they're trying to say. But no, you can eat fried chicken. You can eat whatever you want as long as you can exercise and work it off. You don't want to be eating fried chicken all the time, of course, right before a bout. What did they say? I think it's like 3, 4 weeks away or something like that. So you got time, right? I mean, yeah, you can have some fried chicken, you can have whatever you want, but if you can, you want to, switch it up. I mean, it should be common sense. You want to eat fruits and vegetables. I mean, is it really that difficult to see? I mean, come on, bro. We've been knowing this since we were kids, man. It's what nobody wants to do. But if you eat fruits and vegetables, yeah, it's good for you, and it helps build muscle too. Believe it or not, that's the thing. People think only protein builds muscle. A lot of studies showed it doesn't. Some of them say that water does, which I believe to an extent, but not so much. But I mean, I think fruits is. I think I stick with fruits. I don't do vegetables too much. I do a little bit. I think they're good a little bit. I've heard bad things about vegetables, but fruit, I don't feel like you can go wrong with. I mean, you don't want to overdo it either, of course, but I think fruit is the way to go. And that's what I was always lacking in. So that's what I try. I try to get at least like fruit juices and I try different things. And that's helped me a lot. But that's not the key to my success or my strength or anything like that. It probably has a lot to do with it. But I know the little secrets, bro. I understand what God showed me and taught me. I understand something y'all will never understand. And I ain't telling you because you don't deserve the secrets. Game is to be sold, not told. Y'all ain't getting no knowledge for free no more. That's all. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, I mean, and it just has to do with something God put on my soul and put in me. I mean, He gave me a gift. That's why it works for me. If other people try to copy me or emulate, even if they knew my blueprint, if you knew my formula, you tried to copy it, you wouldn't be able to do what I do. Come on, bro. You ain't this epic, universal best athlete in the world. I'm the best in everything I do, bro. Basketball, baseball, football, tennis. I excelled my entire life. Like I've already had a career. When you're young is when you have your career. All this other stuff, I'm not looking for validation from no boxing leagues. I own my own, bro. Dana White doesn't own no leagues. He's just some puppet that got appointed as a fake CEO or chairman of it. That's nobody. That's a sheep. See what I'm saying? He don't get any money. That dude's broke, like all the Masons. Real talk. He don't own nothing. I don't know what you're saying. So it's like you got all these people with these facilitated fake lifestyles. That's why no, I can afford to go to Vegas and gamble. I can afford if I was wasting money, I could afford to do that, but I never did. So see, people just trying to say things, let them talk. That's what God told me. He put that on my spirit. He told me, just let them talk, let them run their mouth because they don't tell your story. It's irrelevant. He said, just look right at them because you know what? He said, look at them with fire in your eyes because he said, you know what? You're the mirror of what they don't want to see. I'm just the mirror. I'm you looking back at you seeing your reflection. You know what I mean? And I don't even understand that because what you really seen is what you'll never be. I'm not your reflection because you ain't Batman. You feel me? But I guess it's like I'm a walking mirror, meaning they're seeing themselves when they look at me because they're not seeing me. They're seeing that is true. They're seeing a mirror. They're seeing themselves. All these issues are people issues people have with themselves. It's not personal. So, like I said, why do you keep trying to act like it's personal? You can't make things personal behind a computer with phones and computers. Trust me. I done told you all this. Right? You want to do that, like I said, anyone who wants to do that, you're gonna have to get off the computer and you're gonna have to be a man or a woman. And since y'all can't do that because you're all cowards and you're scared, I mean, quit talking to me. You feel me? Every time you've tried to contact me online, it all gets submitted to a lawyer. Christina just told you we're going to have a lawyer for like 33 years and a third of a year already. That's as far as it's been negotiated. It'll probably go farther than that. And we're going to have millions of dollars, over 6.8 million. I got to ask her about that too, because I'm sure the amount's gone up. So, I mean, what are you talking about? Like, that's what I'm saying. If I get millions of dollars like that, we have millions to work with. Do you think I'm going to really care about going into a boxing league? Why would I go grab validation from some weak, corny league that I know they're going to cheat in? That doesn't make sense to do. It makes sense to build my own because then I can build an empire out of it and make my own money off boxing. See, if we do a boxing match, right, or I can have somebody film and send me the video of when, like, let's say Jimmy does the training with me, and then let's say they film the boxing bout, or let's say somehow I could go to it and watch it and I film it myself. If I get that footage somehow, if anyone can send it to me or whatever, if I get that footage, if I'm able to submit that on my channel, that helps my channel. Now we're building a whole boxing empire. So now I can create bouts between different individuals. Yeah, I can use these public parks and places to do it at. Yeah. So what's wrong with that? Bro, that's a hustle. That's what a lot of people have tried to do, but they didn't have the marketing or promotion or circulation or talent. or name to do it. I have it because it comes naturally to me. That's always been what I do. See, these people don't get. I can build a boxing career anytime I want. I'm Batman. That's a lot harder than boxing, dude. I mean, I'm putting everything on the line with what I do. What I do is hard. It would be scary for anyone. Me, nothing scares me. I'm a brave heart. I'm brave as hell. So boxing is nothing to me. Boxing is way easier than being Batman, dude. Seriously. Like what? You don't have to wear, like I said, like 30-pound steel armor to box and then walk and run miles with it and be in all sorts of real stuff. And like, are you serious? I've rode bicycles with that thing on. Y'all are funny as hell, dude. What are you talking about, man? Y'all ain't making no sense, bro. Like, think about it. I wear a bulletproof vest to be Batman. Do you have to do that in boxing? No, because you don't need it. See the point? No, me, I just pay attention. I'm aware that I got a bunch of haters, so I'm going to watch where I go, what I do, who's around. I'm going to keep my eye open. That way, I'm always ready because ain't nobody going to do nothing with me. I promise you that. I don't care where I'm at. You feel me? Like, real talk. People is funny. All that stuff is fake. That's what they do. They want to have you be paranoid and feel like you supposed, right, because you scared, so I'm supposed to, you think that you can put fear in me? Not at all, bro. I have no fear of nothing and nobody. That stuff gets me excited. Like I told you already. So, like I said, I mean, people want to run their mouth, run your mouth. I could care less. The question is, what are you doing about it, though? Nothing. You're just sitting there talking, hiding behind a keyboard, right? Because you ain't about nothing. So that's my whole thing. Like, I don't respect that. So, I mean, I can only answer the same premise so many times, and then it starts to get kind of old. So that's all that is. Like I said, like, quit repeating yourself. How many times do we have to explain this to y'all? Y'all repeat yourself, but I keep getting new victories, and I live every day is different in a variety, and every day is beautiful. I ain't doing what you doing, right? So it's like at the end of the day, ah, moth just flew in my throat. Yeah, telling you, it's like they're bad luck. So I got it out, but man, he flew right back there. But yeah, basically, at the end of the day, like I said, we gonna keep on succeeding. We gonna keep on winning. We gonna keep on making it. We gonna keep on doing the impossible. And like I said, that's what I would like to do next. I think that would be perfect. Build a whole boxing league, my boxing league, which is originally Tycoon Street Boxing, and bring that back or revamp it with a new name and get that whole boxing division going. Why not? Might as well. I don't know how it'll all go over with YouTube because of all their policies. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But what the hell? Why not? Why not take a risk and try it? Maybe it'll work. You know, I know it would get attention. It should get a ton of views. But that's what I'm saying. Like if Jimmy comes here and he does like a sparring thing, like he's saying, and trains with me, all we have to do is film that, and I put short videos on the channel of that. Like it would basically be like a match, like you said, like a free sparring session. Yeah, it'd be like a match before your match. But what you're going against is like a whole actual machine. That dude had the audacity to say Mike Tyson's a machine. Not at all. No, he wasn't. And he didn't win all the time either. I don't know what you're talking about. Mike Tyson was very easy to study and figure out. His style was still very uniform. It's just that y'all just want to make everything out of proportion and call it something it's not. You're always trying to liven something up to say it's something it's not. But me, you never have anything positive to say. What's that about? Mike Tyson ain't close to how mean I am, bro. Trust me. Mike Tyson is not anywhere near my strength level. Y'all are crazy. In his prime, Tyson was not anywhere near my strength level. Do you understand that? Yeah, I'm thin. Don't get it twisted. You look through my videos, bro. I get bigger than him. What? Are you looking at the same videos? That's what I'm saying. Those people are in denial. What? No matter what I do, like they said in the Tupac song, like Steve said, people gonna hate you for whatever you do. Feel me? They're not gonna give me my accolades no matter what. I'm not asking. I don't need your validation. I validated myself. See what I'm saying? That's what got me to this point. That's why I'm so much stronger than all y'all put together, including Tyson. Tyson was in somebody's pockets, just like Muhammad Ali was owned by dictators. He was in dictators' pockets. Do your research. All of them are. That stuff is fake. Hold on. Yeah, moth. Yuck. Yucky. So, yeah. like I said, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm excited for it. I hope that he does it. But like I said, my whole point is it would be like a match before a match. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be able to take from it and learn. And like I said, I'm not gonna just sit there and just like do a match. I'm gonna be like we for a while we could just do it. And then what I would do is I'd do like I do with everybody, I'd start training him and working with him and showing him, okay, you need to block here, you need to move this direction, here's how your footwork needs to be, you need to step over here. I'll change his whole modus operandi of how he's coming in that boxing match to where he'll actually understand what he's doing and have a game plan at least. You know, I can't guarantee that he's going to win. I don't know who he's going against. You know what I mean? Just because I teach you, it's still up to you. It's in your hands and your skill level and your strength level. You know, I can't just build Superman immediately, but I do have the ways and the methodology to help get you there, especially over time. And that's all he's trying to do. He's trying to get in shape and stuff. So I think you should do it. If it's something that you can do easily, if you have money like that, to come over here to Brownsville, like you said, and pick me up and we do this, hell yeah. But you're gonna have to talk to me and let me know when you're coming and everything, so we can cooperate and get everything where I know what time and when we're doing all this. Feel me? And like I said, it needs to just be you. I don't want to deal with anyone else. I don't know. I ain't doing that meetup stuff. I don't do those games. So, like I said, this is a real business. Business. It has nothing to do with YouTube. You know what I mean? You're walking into a real business. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I mean, I'd be more than happy to do it. But that's what I'm saying. If we film that, I'd have him film it on his device. He'd probably have more than one, I'm guessing, because he has like technology. Me, the church group, threw away my laptop, and thank Raul for that, right? So, I mean, I would just use my phone and I would try to film it. If I got footage like that, bro, it'd get tons of views on here. But then the thing is, too, not just on top of that, like I said, I would break it all down and I'd show them, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to change this. You need to change your technique right here. This is, you know what I mean? And then what I would do is, like I said, we would do like two separate workouts as many times as he wants to do it. And like I said, if you can just try to like pay me something fair because I'm training you. I need to get paid if I'm training someone. You're a client, technically. You feel me? And it ain't nobody's business either. You feel me? Like, no, I have to build this business like anyone. There's plenty of people who do this, where they do it all over the nation. You understand? So it's like with him, that's what I would do. I would do like two workouts, like it'd be like two a days kind of, and I would really have you get the right training. Like I said, we'll go to one park and do the boxing, then we'll go to the other park and we can do the strength training, right? Unless you want to get into a gym or something and we just both go hard and train, we can train together. I can't really train you in the gym, but we can train together. And then, I just do an exercise and you just copy what I do. You could do that if you can get me in there. You feel me? If you pay for me or whatever for a guest pass or something or help me get a membership, that'd be cool. But my whole deal is, we can work out like that, like a buddy workout. Yeah, we could do that too. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of options, but my point is I would do it like that, like two a days. If we went to a gym, I would literally have you work out with me in the gym. I would switch up days, then I'd have you work out with me doing the calisthenics I do, and then I'd have you do the sparring and stuff in a different park. So it'd actually be like three different things. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of money he has. If he has some bread to work with to do it, why not do it? Like negotiate a price, work out a price with me. Well, we need to talk. We need to talk on here. And I don't know why I can't get a hold of him on here. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if we have a conversation and we figure out how this is going to go, I mean, that'd be awesome for me because I'd make money. I'm sure he'd probably help me get a meal somewhere or something, which I'm always down for because I like going out to eat and stuff, especially if somebody else is paying, right? I'm just a normal dude, man. You know what I mean? Give me time to hang out with him and talk to him and get to know him more. He seems like a cool dude. I think he's different than all of them, bro. I mean, I like him. I don't have no issue with Jimmy. I think Jimmy's cool. I just never knew who he was. You know what I mean? So like, he seems like a more real guy, like a more real dude. So like I said, like I would enjoy training him. So like I said, that's what I do. I would do like at least weights or calisthenics or both, and then I do the boxing and sparring training. But like, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know. Not only will I show you 52 blocks, but I'll show you how to incorporate it into boxing. You feel me? So it'll work out perfectly because you'll be able to use 52 when you want, and then you'll be able to turn it off and just use kind of normal, more normal orthodox boxing technique. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll actually be able to turn it on and off. And like I said, the one thing that the dude said does apply a little and has some truth to it, which is that what I think it's going to come down to is who has more air and more breath control, more breath, meaning that you have wind that you can last and run. So yeah, you need to be running. That's good that you're doing that, but it takes a lot more than that. You know, you need to be doing the shadow boxing stuff and you need to train with me because I can make sure that you're in the right shape. Because I mean, I'll work out with you, I'll train with you. Because I mean, even I have to work on that still, you know, with the consistency. I've got the speed and stuff down, right? And I've got endurance, but I've got to get where I can, you know, doing rounds is a whole different ball game. You know, me, we know I can last for rounds because we know this is what I do, you know, but it's still something I want to work at and get better at so I can have more endurance so that it's not even an issue to do rounds, right? And I mean, me, I want to do rounds where I'm at full capacity and speed the whole time. So it would be 8 rounds, you're just coming against a monster. So you could say what you want about Tyson. He was like that, but he would kind of gas out too and get tired like anybody does. You know what I mean? But like, that's what I'm saying. Like his methodology, the way he moved, you could figure it out if you were smart. He would turn his shoulder, bro. There's little tricks in boxing, like how you stand to the side that makes you a thinner target. I know everything, bro. I know distance control, distance perception, like changing the perception, like disguising it, like where you have the front foot more forward. That way, you know, my like right now I'm doing it. Like my head is resting in the middle, right? So the front foot is more forward, so it looks like I'm farther away, but my foot is closer to you, so I'm actually super close, so I can get to you. See what I'm saying? And then I'm able to move my head, right, and counter or come from underneath. That's what the whole game is about. I would literally be kind of training him like Mike Tyson. Like I would be training him to have footwork to be able to get underneath because that's what someone like him needs to know, especially because he's got like I'm gonna say in a positive light, but he has a little more weight on him, weight to him. So like he could develop some power with that. Real talk. So it's like, you know, if you can get underneath and gain leverage quick enough and be able to move quick enough and have that head movement, right? Then I mean you golden. That's the thing people don't get. Like Mike Tyson, he made it look better than what he was doing and what it was, in my opinion. He had a little too much head movement for no reason. You could just stand there, and me, what I would have done is I would have predicted, okay, his head's going to be right here at this moment, and I would have gone ahead of time, and I probably would have been able to get him. But those dudes, they're always scrubs and they don't know how to protect their face and they just don't know what they're doing. So they didn't think to do that. Like, yeah, he's moving quick, but if you smart like Bruce Lee, you'll predict where he's going to be before he's going to be and outsmart him. And then he's not going to have an answer because then he's going to be like, what the hell just happened? Do you get what I'm saying? Him moving his head back and forth is not confusing. I mean, he's only going to go from about 2 locations. You understand? Yeah, he's moving, he's shifting. Like, yeah, that's why he does that. It's to deceive you. But like, I mean, and it's really not a smart thing to be doing if you're working with like, you know, heavy, you know what, that can really like has power. Like to be swinging around like that is not smart. It's seriously not. So like, you can say what you want, but you know, the problem is that back in the day, just like now, all you scrubs don't know how to protect your face. You don't know how to put your guard up. And the second thing with me that people don't get is it doesn't matter who puts their guard up with me because my strength, like I told y'all and taught you decades ago, my strength is at such a superior level because I do strength training. I've done it my whole life that I can get through anybody's guard. So just because you put your hands up with me, if you put a guard up, it doesn't matter. I'm coming straight through your guard. And if you have the guard and it's too close to your face, then common sense, you can see what would happen, right? See my point? So it's like, I'm just telling you the truth, man. You talking to a professional here. You want to talk about professionals? I'm not a professional, whatever, and I am the professional. The professional is going to be someone you never heard of who's climbed through the ranks and been, like I said, in the shelters that are worse than prisons and in and out of jail and in all the street stuff that's happened. You're going to find a guy like me and once in a blue moon that really is the truth. I'm an expert at this. I'm a professional. I can teach you what you need to know to actually go into it and have an edge and advantage over whoever the opponent is. I promise that. You know what I mean? Most of these dudes, they don't know what they're doing and they're only doing things uniform laterally. Like they only do it lateral, like, okay, like straight up vertical movement. So they square up like I'm doing now, and then it's just playing patty cake. A real quick guy like me who knows how to move is not going to be like that. Bruce Lee was always on the you know what's of his feet, like this, dancing around, moving around, shifting. Real footwork requires endurance. Real footwork means that you're constantly moving. I don't even follow the attributes they say about changing lateral position. They say to take your front leg to change lateral position. No, that slows you down. That's what I've always realized. The lateral position, the best way to move lateral, in my opinion, is the back leg. If you move the back leg, look, this is the front leg, right? Super slow and you're off balance and they can get you in between and you'll fall. I think that's how a lot of you know what's happen. If you use the back leg, you're just swinging the back leg and then you have unilateral movement to move around and change position. And you can move your head. So they teach you wrong. This is actual conventional boxing coaches. Ask them. They're going to tell you use the front leg to move. Yeah, that stuff works for beginners. You cannot go into no boxing match using your front leg to change positions laterally. No, do not do that. No, I don't care if Lemachenko does it. Lemachenko is a fake boxer. They're all fake. They're on TV. That stuff is cute for TV because it's fake. You do that in the street, that's not going to work. I'm telling you right now. There's going to be a guy who knows how to shift footwork like me where it's like this. And then I'm in a different position on you. I'm on the outside of you on a corner. I'm already on your corner. And if I get these legs in a position where basically you're standing in the middle of my whole arena of where I'm facing and what I can do, that just opened up a million windows and options for me. While you still facing forward because you don't even know what's going on because I'm too quick. See my point? The only point about boxing and martial arts and all that is what Bruce Lee said. It's just about changing positions like in life and creating new angles. That's why people can't understand my hustle. My entire life has been a you know what, like martial arts. That's all it's been is a struggle. So I live the way that I box. That's why you see me constantly creating angles. Batman does the same thing. He approaches things from a different angle. He uses a boat, submarine, goes in the sea. Then he comes in a plane. Then he's using a bat pod. See the point? You're doing martial arts, but you're practicing it within your life. This is a way of life. See what I'm saying? You talk to people when you deal with people like TJ, weak haters, whoever it may be, cowards, they're a dime a dozen. You got to talk to them diplomatically. You don't got to get all aggressive. That may be what they want. Be calm with them. That'll really piss them off. See the point? Because they're trying to talk like we're not grown and there's not rules to follow and we don't already have established who's who. The upper ground and all that and the elites and the status is already established. We know who the mob and who the gangsters are, right? We know who the tough guys are. Now we have to follow the rules and self-preservation, preserve what we have. See, that's what your group and people do, and you all look silly for it. You want to throw everything away and crash out. That's why they created negative terminology to describe you, and that stuff works for you. It doesn't work for me. Elite's terminology will never apply to me. It never has. And that's what these people want so bad, so they've tried to reach to create it. Right, you're reaching because you're upset because every day the people from that group that you're trying to defend and illegally fund acts of domestic, you know what, that they're doing, like in that Austin Metcalf situation, right? That group crashes out every day. They don't just crash out. When they crash out, I mean, that means in a cowardly way. My group isn't capable of that because everything we do is not cowardly. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, it's all about footwork, bro. It's not just running. It's not just strength training like Jimmy and them think. I need to actually be able to train you so that you can be taught the movements, right, within what you're doing in the blocks and be able to block and move and shift and come under and over, right, and be able to bob and weave. You have to know all this stuff. If you go into this and you don't know that, it's going to just look funny. That's all. It's just going to be a joke. Do you want to really do the boxing match or do you want to have a joke match? So that's the thing. I wouldn't be in a rush to do this if I were either of y'all. The other dude sounds pretty excited about it too. He sounds like he has some whatever. I don't know if he has something personal against Jimmy. I don't know any of these people from Adam. But my whole point is, like, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I would advise you do the training. I don't care if y'all got to hold the match up for a little bit for like a week more or something. I would get the right training before you do it because you don't want it to look like no joke. And you need to get rid of this attitude of, oh, I'm just going to go in there and win round one. I mean, sure, that's what everybody wants, but I mean, the realistic aspect of that is that may not be how it goes, and that's probably not how it's going to go. Even for someone like me, that may not be how it goes. I may have to go 8 rounds or however many rounds you'll do, right? So, I mean, you need to make sure that your wind is up and it's not just running. Boxing and running are two totally different things. Running is cool, jump rope is great, but you need to stand there and spar for like hours until your arms, you can't even feel your arms and you're tired as hell. That's the only way that you're going to understand how to keep going when it gets to that point. So I'm talking about you have to go through rigorous training, and that takes a little bit of time. I wouldn't be in so much of a hurry. I would get right to actually do this. That way, you give the audience something to watch and see that's worth their money if they're paying. Right? That's just my suggestion. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, you could go to somebody like Michael Jai White. I think he knows quite a bit. I think he's pretty talented. He could be a good trainer, but he doesn't. I mean, he's not me, dude. He has not been through what I've been through. He doesn't know what I know. Trust me. He knows quite a bit, but he doesn't know what I know. Michael Jai White he's kind of a big guy, but he's not necessarily strong. Like Michael Jai White can't do what I do. I'm telling you right now, but I would never talk down on him because I like him. I think he's all right. I like what he brings to the game. I like the things he teaches. He knows a lot, but I'm just saying he's not at my level. That's the truth. If you matched me and Michael Jai White, I don't believe in anything. I don't care if it was karate or martial arts. I don't believe that he could mess with me. I really don't because that's how I train. I train for more like karate. Like we literally do everything off one leg. Like right now, I got one leg in the air and one leg on the ground. That's how we do things. And then the objective becomes this is what Shaolin monks do. Okay. And then you can put both feet down, but you're opposed and you're standing the other way. And what they do is you're trying to go over the top and then they catch you with the left leg at the top. I just saw a video of it today. So that's the point. Like, martial arts is more, that's what Michael Jai White was doing tournaments as when he was younger. But you're coming over the top. So you're lifting this leg just a little bit off the ground. Hold on. And then it's just a game that you're going off your opponent and trying to see what they do and predict. So you have this leg predict. You have this leg a little bit off the ground, right? And you're able to twist, turn with that back leg like I do. And then you have different angles for kicks, right? You can go low towards the legs, you can go high, right? But the point is, then you fake like you're going to do a kick low or do a little one, right? And if you fake it, then you can come over top. That's martial arts. Martial arts is using all of your legs and your arms to fool the opponent to where you catch them off guard. And then if you combine 52 blocks with that, which they don't, where you know how to really block and move, that's what they're supposed to teach you in karate, but it's not quite 52. But if you know how to do that and you know how to move your arms and block while you're doing that and use your legs to block, oh boy, you in great shape. Then you can come over the top. That's what I'm saying. And then when they think you're going to come over then you start faking, oh, I'm coming over the top, and then you can step down, come with the back left leg and throw and do another kick. You know what I'm saying? These are things that opponents can't even come back from if you do it correctly. Seriously, you do one like that right there, like, dude, they can't. They're not going to know what happened. They can't come back from that. You understand? You do that, you get them right, and then especially if what happens if you get an opponent that puts their chin down, you're supposed to capitalize every time on that. That would be the number one thing that I teach. If I train someone, that'd be what I teach. I'd say you're talking about working, right? Working. Well, I just call it working. Y'all should know what I'm saying, right? Talking about what? Common sense, right? So if you go to work and you working and you in the middle ground and you working, right? And then they drop their chin because one of whatever you threw, it kind of tagged them or got them, right? So they were phased and they reacted. They dropped that chin right there. You change in positions. You change in positions like Tyson, right? Where you switching the feet, the legs, and you're coming underneath. You'll win every time like that. I don't care what nobody tells you. See, that's the thing people don't get. Like, the ones today, they want to hold each other and keep on with this resting. I wouldn't let that happen. See, if I get on the inside of you, you ain't gonna just keep grabbing me like that. That's has to be illegal. You can't just grab me every time. You're not gonna grab me and keep taking the cop out. Like, no, I'm gonna get on the inside of you and I'm gonna figure out how to make sure you don't grab me. I'll block your arm if I have to. Straight up, I would block your arm and make sure you don't get around me. You're not gonna hold me while I'm getting on on the inside. Because once I get on the inside, it's a wrap. I'm gonna win. You feel me? Because I already know what I'm doing and I train too hard for it. Y'all don't see all the training I do. That's all inside game. I have the Tyson thing down to a T, but mine's worse. Mine's quicker. Mine's like right there, just right there. That's two different ones. You know what I'm saying? And like, there ain't nobody who could deal with that. That's what people don't get. Like, yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm Batman, but I'm an expert when it comes to like boxing, martial arts, any of that stuff. I'm an actual expert because I understand the concept. I never had a teacher. I'm not like no expert with kicks and stuff. I had to teach myself my own kicks. I learned all this stuff self-taught. I'm an expert because I have experience and I understood and I kept linking and taking different parts of the game and different styles and putting them all together. I'm an expert because I'm still learning. You understand? Like, you don't have to worry about ground game because you're doing boxing. So just focus on what I'm telling you. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, ground game is just, that's something that, like, when I have money, like when Christina and I have the money, I'm going to have her probably put me in schools to do it and she can watch. And they're going to teach me all that stuff. It's not going to be that fun either. Trust me. It sucks, because you got to roll around on the silly mat and it's just not my thing. But I want to make sure that I know that stuff, right? I may do karate too, stuff like that. I want to know that stuff because it's going to help me. It's things I can link in and use. I want to know Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I think that's one of the best ones that I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if you're strong enough and you do the right training and you understand 52 blocks, someone who knows Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is not necessarily going to be able to figure out or do any of those things with you. Okay, because it doesn't matter how hard he kicks because he's been training. Let's say he's in Asia and he's been training on a wood tree for 14 years. Okay, so his legs are built like a rock. Like, we're like a rock, like Ford, right? Or whatever. Like, was it Ford? But like, let's say he has that, right, and he has that kind of strength and power. It shouldn't matter because what you're doing is you're seeing where he's going, right? So you're going to start predicting and figuring it out. So when he throws that kick, right, you can literally should be able to strong enough. It doesn't matter how strong his leg is. If you get strong enough, you should be able to grab it. Okay. And if that doesn't work, if not grab it, then let him do it and right and come underneath it and figure out how to duck it one time completely without it getting you. Come underneath and then you got him and you're going to win. It's guaranteed because all his leverage is in that leg because y'all be teaching these kicks with your face open, basically. Your face is exposed and your whole body is open. You're in an open position. So that leaves you open to where if the person does duck that kick, right? You don't see it in MMA and UFC a lot. Usually they can't duck it because they ain't paying attention. That's why you need 52 blocks because if someone throws a great kick, you just come right here on the left of your shoulder and your neck, and then that protects you from it because it doesn't matter how hard he does it. It might be a little hard, but you're able to block that. You see my point? And then you do that a couple of times, he's going to be like, "Man, this is weird. It's not working." You know what I mean? So then let's say he does it 3 times and you catch everyone like that and you block him. Yeah, it probably didn't feel nice, but he didn't really get you, right? So because you don't want that kick to connect, especially in that area, anywhere in the neck, that's horrible. You don't want that. So let's say, right, he does that, you block it 3 times. Okay, now you know what's coming, right? So let's say he does it one more time, you grab that leg and you're already on the inside. And do you understand how many options and what you could do at that point? You have him by his puppet strings. You already own him. You understand? Because he wants to be silly and keep doing these open face kicks. You don't do open face kicks. You're supposed to do kicks with a closed face. That's what they teach you wrong in all these martial arts places. I think Brazilian Jiu Jitsu places teach you wrong. You don't do no kick with an open face. You don't do that. It's an open system. You close the system, meaning your foot is bent in, right? That's how you see me do it, right? And then the back foot turns the same way out to the left, and then you're leaning back, and then you're able to create these different, kicks. Way different than saying, "Here's my leg, buddy. and you're not smart enough to grab it because somebody will be. And if they grab it, now you're off balance. They can literally grab it and flip or whatever they want to do, right? And they have your leg. So, I mean, you don't want to do that. So I'm saying there's tricks and nuances to this stuff. Nobody's teaching it right because all y'all train only orthodox. That's why when y'all say, why do you do pull-ups? What does that mean? Have you been a pull-up teacher? You don't even know how to do one, like you proved. So be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about with anything, bro. Why is you talking? Y'all don't know martial arts. You don't know boxing. Just be quiet, bro. And let the teachers teach, bro. I'm a real teacher. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I'm not an internet dude. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? Like I'm someone I'm not. That stuff is funny style. That stuff is weird. I've been doing this for decades, bro. Okay? I've been teaching for decades. You don't know anything about me. You know what I show you. Okay? Real talk, y'all are funny as hell, dude. Like, what? Y'all funny. And that's what I'm saying. And then, like I said, we can work on getting you in the right shape, and then you perfectly trained and you ready to go, and you feel in great shape. And then he going to come back down here and train again, or bring me up there and have me train him up there. Like I'm down for whatever, as long as we you paying and we talking some money. I'm down. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. You want to stay in shape? I'll continue to train you. No problem. Just pay me. Feel me? And we can negotiate a fair price, right? I'm gonna get going. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Keep it real. There's a lot of advice in that. I'm dropping jewels, so go listen to it back.